Alright, so I want to do a video on the Citadel Warthog 12 gauge semi-automatic. It's 4+1. There's no information on these guns. I've only found one video online about it, and the owner's manual is useless. In fact, the diagram in the manual isn't even the same gun. So I'm going to go over loading it, unloading it, some of the features, and how to tear it down, put it back together. The one video I did see was a very good video, a lot of information. He had a complaint about the barrel moving. Mine's never done that, but I've set mine up to do it, so I can show you guys how to fix that. It's not a feature of the gun, it shouldn't do that. It's really easy to fix. So I've set it up, you'll see it does move, and it's not supposed to. Very simple fix. You make sure your hammer or your bolt is all the way back. Take the end cap off. Take the plastic cover off, and it's this nut right here is the problem. So have the bolt back, push your barrel all the way back, tighten this, and it's all aluminum, so you just hand tighten it, and you'll see there's no more play. So there's the fix for that. Put your cover back on, end cap back on. Again, you'll see there's no play in the barrel. That's how it's supposed to be. So, loading it's pretty simple. Put your round in the chamber. I always load it from underneath so I don't pinch my finger on the action lever. We got number 1 in there. Also, make sure you're always in safe. I'm in safe now. Here's red is dead. Show you that real quick. I'm in safe. So, anyway, put it upside down. Charge your first round and hold down the ramp so you don't pinch your fingers on the way out. Pretty simple. Get your 4 rounds in there. Hold the ramp down, and you won't pinch your fingers. And there you go. You got your 4+1. Now, ejecting the rounds, you can do it 2 ways. The first thing you're going to want to do is get the round out of the barrel. So you just charge the handle, and it'll pop that round out. The harder way to do it is to hit your ramp lock, which is here. That'll charge around, and then you can load it. It'll load the round, and you can pull it back, take that round out. The easier way is the spring that holds the rounds in is against this wall. So you can just push the ramp down, push that spring in, and it'll take the rounds in, just like that. This is how I do it. It's simple. And you're not having to charge around 8 times to get all 4 out. So now you got your spring here. You can lock your ramp, charge the handle. See it's clear. Now you have a clear gun. Yeah, you got a safe gun. So now let's get into taking it apart. It's pretty easy. The only hard part is getting the charging handle out. I have yet to get it out by hand. Had to use pliers every time. I'll give it a go for the video, but most likely I'm going to end up having to use pliers to get this out. But here's how you take it apart. You take your end cap off, slide the ramp off, or slide the plastic cover off, unscrew the handle off, and it has to be, the bolt has to be in the forward position to get it off, because when it's in the rear position it's locked into the barrel. So just go ahead and put it in the forward position, and your barrel will slide right off. Now you have your barrel. And you can take your piston out. You're going to want to clean that inside and out when you do the tear down. So we'll just set that to the side. This little grommet comes off. And then the fun part is you have to push this back a little bit, and you're going to line the bolt with the slide, and you got to get this off. And it's not easy. So I'll try it by hand, but I doubt I'm going to get it off. Check your belly up here. Yeah, no, it's not going to happen. So what I do is I get a rag, put it over charging handle, pair of pliers, and pull that off. And once you have it off, there's your charging handle. And set that aside. Make sure you always continue to hold this, because it is spring loaded, it will shoot forward. And just slowly slide it off, and now you have your slide and your bolt carrier group. So this has your firing pin, which you can see there, and your firing pin spring, and this is what your hammer hits to fire the round. You know, clean all that stuff up, oil it up, and you're good to go. Putting it back together is pretty easy as well. You just take your slide, line up the bolt carrier group, slide it on there, and you'll have to mess with it a little bit to get it in there properly. It's not hard though, it's actually pretty easy. Get it in there, and you're gonna want to hold it, and then line up a little notch on the bolt carrier to the slide. Grab your charging handle and get it in there. There's a little spring ball, kind of like a detent that you see on an AR. Get it lined up, and it takes a little bit of force, but you'll feel it. There it goes. It's locked in place now. And then you can release that. You're good to go there. Put your grommet back on. And then get your piston. Make sure you lubricate that really well. Slide that back into the gas block for the barrel. And start to slide it on. You can only go on one way, and then pull the bolt back a little bit, and just you gotta kind of mess with it, wiggle it on there. And then what I like to do is lock the ramp so I can pull the bolt back and lock it into place, and then you can slide your barrel all the way on. Now once your barrel's all the way on, make sure that piston's in there good. Grab your little nut, screw that on, and tighten it till it stops just like before. Go ahead and put your plastic cover back on. Grab your end cap, screw that on, and you're good to go. I've shot about 500 rounds through it. I've shot 4s, 6s, 7.5s, 8s, double out buck. Haven't really had an issue with it. The only problem I had is I bought a box of 25 rounds of Remington number 4s, and they were recoil management rounds. So they were really fun to shoot because they had half the recoil of all the other rounds, but all 25 FT'd, failed to eject. So I don't know if it's because this is semi-automatic and maybe that's a better round for a pump action. Maybe it's the gun. I haven't heard anybody complaining like out of a Benelli or another semi-automatic shotgun that they didn't have any problems. They had problems with the round, so I don't know. I had problems with that, but other than that, everything is shot fine. If you guys have any questions, let me know, and I hope this video was informative. Thanks, guys.